This is LEGO Horizon Adventures, and today I'll be going through what I did to obtain all 24 trophies and unlock the Platinum. I'll need to beat all the bosses, purchase all the outfits, finish 20 community board missions and fully level up all 4 characters along the way. The game is one of the 5 monthly games available free this month with a PS Plus subscription. PSN Profiles has this game at a 3 out of 10 difficulty, taking 1 playthrough and approximately 15 hours. So let's lock in, build our way through the adventure and start this Platinum journey right now. We pick our save file, we choose our difficulty, and we're thrust into a cutscene where we see Aloy's origins. Aloy is found in a cave and immediately put up for adoption. Nobody takes her except for the local weirdo who can now claim universal credit. It's at this point in the game we can now take over Aloy, so after destroying some furniture, jumping over some crevices and climbing some walls, we're able to get to a zipline which takes us through to a target practice range. We take a moment to practice our stormtrooper-like accuracy before we head to the next area and learn to shoot arrows through fire, which will clear a pathway. After we clear this area, we're introduced to our first Lego animal, which is called the Broadhead. The fight is fairly straightforward, and after giving him a thorough prostate exam with our arrows, we're able to move on to the bridge where we're able to level up and also witness modern-day slave trade taking place. We arrive just in time to see Papa Shango cart off the locals and decide that we're going to chase after him to get our first trophy and finish the tutorial. Once we reach Mother's Heart, we are suitably underwhelmed. It's clear that we need to rescue the local labour force and rebuild the town. We get a quick peek at the town before setting out to beat the first level. Each level has an area where you need to do some platforming, defeat some animals or cultists, and then you get a gold brick at the end. It's a Lego game, so the fights are about as difficult as opening a door, but unlike any other Lego games, it doesn't require you to build anything. And this is a shame, because I think it's one of the things that made the Lego game so popular, was that you would blow stuff up or you'd break stuff and then you'd be able to rebuild it into all these crazy objects that you'd use to proceed to the next area. We reach the captives and decide to set them free. We have a quick chat with the captives, meeting the local tailor before we get our second trophy for attaining our first gold block. We return to the town to see that the workforce has restored the tailor's shop. This is good news for us because we're going to have to attain 75 outfits for the Gonna Need a Bigger Wardrobe trophy. We have a quick gander at all the possible cosplay ideas before we decide to venture out again, and we actually get our next trophy. This one's really easy and it's for finding and completing our first tool neck. We get back to Mother Heart and we start fixing some roofs, which we're going to need for the Master Builder trophy. To get Master Builder, we're going to have to obtain 20 roofs or yards. We decide to progress the story next, and we get 2 trophies for unlocking Val and for completing the story part of Out of the Woods. And this is what you do in the game. You complete a mission, you unlock some characters, and eventually you get to a point where you unlock all of them. And that was our next trophy. Our next trophy was called Together at Last, and that's for having all of the unlockable characters. Just like a witch's ladle, we're going into a cauldron. In the Horizon universe, a cauldron is a big vault which makes the mechanical animals. These parts are a little bit more challenging as there's a bit more platforming to do, but ultimately it is still a Lego game and so it's fairly straightforward. Once we finish the cauldron, we're introduced to the Thunderjaw. He is your standard Lego boss fight. You have to go to one side of the arena, hit a switch, dodge his projectiles, go to the other side of the arena and hit a switch. Once you've done this a couple of times, he'll fall over and activate stage 2, and at that point it's now just dodging his red zones while throwing bombs at him until he falls over and gives you 2 trophies. The first trophy is Factory Setting, and that's for finding and completing the first cauldron. And then we've got Climb Every Mountain, which is for completing the story level Thunder in the Mountains. It's not long after this where we get our next trophy called Top Grade, and that's for obtaining 10 upgrades. This one's nice and easy, it's just a case of talking to the mother tree and spending your studs on any of the options here. Next up is another story trophy, and that's Farewell to the Jungle, and that's for completing the Desperately Seeking Sawtooths mission. We finally built our 20th roof or yard for the Master Builder trophy next. These are quite fun. I mean, look at this skull dungeon. It's pretty cool. During your playthrough, you're going to come across this merchant a number of times, and he has 3 chests that you can open. Every time you open them, it will give you a gadget or a weapon, and you can try these out, you can mix and match them to see what you like and what you don't like. We get 2 trophies here. The first one is a rare treat, and that's for discovering all rare weapons, and the second one is for all the toys, that's for discovering all gadgets. Mindless vandalism is on the agenda next, and Aloy decides to break a drill with an oil can to give us the trophy Toil and Trouble. You get this when you find and complete 3 different cauldrons. We find and complete the 3rd Flathead mission for the Walking with Giants trophy. Continuing through the story, we actually get 2 trophies next. The first one that we get here is called Yellow Brick Hoard, and that's for collecting 50 gold bricks. You'll get these just by playing the game and completing the community board missions. We also got the trophy Dune and Dusted, and that was for completing the mission Drawing Out Helis. It's boss time next, as we've reached the end of the story and it's time for us to defeat Deathbringer. He looks a little bit like a cross between an STD and a giant mechanical spider. Either way, as it's a Lego game, it is very straightforward. You dodge his attacks or block them, and then when you get a chance, you attack his vulnerable parts, which are the yellow glowing bricks. Once you've done that enough times, he will eventually fall over, and that's when you run in and spam your attacks on him to whittle down his health. Rinse and repeat this strategy. Occasionally he'll spawn some mods like some watchers to come in and fight you as well, but just keep doing what you're doing, attack his weak spots when they glow with yellow, he'll fall over, you'll beat him, and that's where you'll eventually get the trophy Light My Spire. The final boss is defeated and it's time for us to clean up the last few trophies. We purchased the remainder of the outfits that we need, and that gives us the trophy Gonna Need a Bigger Wardrobe. As you can see from the footage, you don't need to purchase all of the outfits to get this trophy. Next up, we purchased the remainder of the decorations. This gives us the trophy Just for Show. Next up, we hand in our final community board mission, and this gives us the trophy Community Service. This is where the game becomes a grind, albeit a small one. You have to level up all 4 characters to level 20, and this requires doing expeditions over and over again. Aloy is the first character that we get to level 20, and that gives us the trophy Superhero. The best way to grind out this trophy is to have 2 people doing the game at the same time. That way both characters that are being used get a share in the experience. If you do this, it will cut a chunk of time off of your completion time, which is going to be about 5 hours.
1 eternity later.
So as you can see, Tersa here is our last one that we're trying to get. She's currently at level 19. We defeat a few more enemies, which gives us the last bit of experience we need to hit level 20. That gives us the trophy Super Team. This was the final trophy we need, and that gives us the Platinum. And that's it. That's how we got the Platinum trophy. Would I recommend getting this Platinum? I would if the price of the game is anything less than £15 or £20. Anything more than that, and I don't think it's worth pursuing. However, it is fun, it is free, and you can play it with your mates. If you're still here, thank you for staying with us. Please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll catch you on the next one.